What is one thing that you can do to massively shift in your life, right? It's something that you actually do consciously and unconsciously. You may be aware of this, you may not be aware of this, but this is something that you can just focusing on this can be a big mind shift. It can be a massive shift in your life, not only in a personal aspect to your life, but also in a business. And so when you look at the things that you allow, it's your standards. Sometimes I call this your codes. These terms I use interchangeable, but it's the same concept. And before I go deeper, if you're listening to this live, please comment below live as you jump in. And if you're listening to the replay, just click replay. But it's understanding what are the standards and codes that you allow and accept, because these things, what you allow, what you accept is going to exist in your life. So let's break this down a little bit so you can understand. What do I mean when I'm talking about, well, your standards is what you're accepting, what you are going to experience, or your codes are what you live by. You see, if you allow mediocrity in your life, may that be in a relationship, may it be with your physical health, may it be with your business, may it be with your money, how can you expect excellence on the other side of that? You'll never get there. Because you are accepting your standards are low. You're not allowing things to be a lot higher. So how can you get something that's at a level 10 and you're playing at a level 2? I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. It's just not how the world works. It's not how universal laws work. It's just not how neurology works. None of this stuff's going to work that way. You have to raise the bar. Now, what's raising the bar? You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to be meticulously mindful of what you're doing. And the beautiful thing about life is what you do in one area of your life, you're going to do in other areas too. It's not like you just do, I only do this here. Stop lying to yourself. You do it in every area of your life. You may not be aware of it, but it's a cue to really take a moment to do that. I'm being brutally honest here because if you really want to create transformation, a lot of times, how many times you watch motivational videos every single day, or you watch a video, or you listen to a podcast, or read a book, and you're like, oh, I'm so inspired, and a month later, 2 months later, no action, right? You have to raise the bar. What are you going to commit to? This is why in my work that I do, I call it codes. What are the codes that you are programming your life to be? Codes, like a computer, once you write it, the code can only apply to what you wrote. That's how computers work. And so like if you punch the A key, if the code is programmed to when you hit A, it's going to show up as A on the whatever you're typing to. That's the code, and it's going to do that a gazillion times unless something malfunctions, right? And so, what are those things when it comes to your life, right? What is something that you're going to raise the bar on? When it comes to money, right? Money's an easy one to explain, right? You can look at inflation right now, and everybody's talking about gas prices and all these other things. And here's the thing. What are you doing to not cut costs, but how do you manage your money? How are you cutting things that may not be well needed and take what you save there and put it into investment and just minimizing under your means, right? There's a standard to that. How about when it comes to your relationships, right? If an argument happens, how many times we just poo-poo it away after just forget about it and move forward? Well, then you don't be shocked if things show up later. How about creating standards to where you work on the relationship every single day? How to make it the best every single day. Show up as your best every single day. It's the same thing in business. What are the standards you're doing with your business or your career or your job? What are the things that you're allowing to be okay and not okay? Because when you start to become mindful with these things, and you raise the bar, you're not going to allow it. This is the minimum of what I'm going to accept. That is going to change the results in your life. But you have to commit to that. You have to commit to something. Sometimes a chiropractor who wants to see more patients or raise their profits or have more reach or impact, right? And the way a chiropractor creates their impact is through making more money. It gives them more opportunities to do more and experience more, right? And so what are the standards in your business that you hold to, that you are going to allow? And what are the things you're letting go? What are the things you're letting get by? And I can go through a gazillion different types of examples of this, but I'm trying to keep this very general for the main purpose of that. But it's something that, you want to look at, and even your physical health, another easy example. If you look at your health and where you are right now, and I'm talking just physical health, looking at your physical body, and you don't like where you are at the exact moment, then obviously your standards are too low and you need to change them. You can't expect to have the dream body you want, the dream health that you want, but not do the work, not be consistent, not show up and say, well, I'm only going to accept this, right? It's the same thing where it's like eating right and so many more things. I'm giving you guys a lot of general ideas to this because there's so many ways you can apply this to your life. But you have to raise the bar. If you're liking what I'm sharing here, please put a like, love right now at the moment. Share a comment of what you're going to do. What is something that you're going to commit to for the next 30 days? That's just going to say, I'm going to raise the bar in my life and say, this is what I'm going to accept. I'm not going to let myself get less than 3 days a week working out. I'm going to eat less sugar for the next 30 days. I'm going to monitor how much added sugar I'm eating for the next 30 days. With my money for the next month, whatever extra comes in or whatever savings, I'm going to put that into something. I'm going to invest in it. I'm going to do something along those lines. I'm going to make that, whatever that is in business, if you're an entrepreneur or a chiropractor, right? What's that thing that you're going to commit to for the next 30 days to raise your bar and say, I'm not going to allow less than this. I'm going to wake up every day and make sure I'm committing to this. I'm going to share with my patients and give a video out there, or educational piece every other day, or an entrepreneur, whatever, depending on what you do. These are things that you want to raise the bar, because when you raise your standards and you don't allow for anything less than that, then it's practically almost going to be impossible not to get the results of what you're striving. But you have to raise your standards. You have to change your code. What's the code you're going to live by? So I challenge you, as you're watching this video, whether it be the replay or live, what is something that you're going to commit to? And hey, let's have fun with this. Let's have a fun. Let's really make a change here. Let's create some accountability here. Share what you're going to do in the comments, and we'll all share and work together on this to help improve that. Because the key point is, we all want to strive for more. We all want to have more in some degree, maybe happiness, right? I don't think we ever want to we maxed out on our happiness. I don't think most people max out on their money either. There's always wanting more of some sort like that. So what are the things that you're going to commit to that you want to create those results? That's what I'm leaving with you guys today. I appreciate you as always. Thanks for tuning in. And, until next time, keep rocking and rolling.